Hello everyone, my name is Ainus Sya'adah from class 17.5C.25, and today I'm going to present about how computers work, software, operating system, and hardware. In today's modern world, computers have become a very important part of our lives. We use them for studying, working, communicating, and even for entertainment. However, many people use computers without really understanding how they actually work. A computer can only function properly when three main components, software, operating system, and hardware, work together. These parts have different roles, but they depend on each other. Software gives instruction, the operating system manages how everything runs, and hardware performs the physical work. By understanding these three components, we can see how computers help us in many ways and make our daily activities easier. Now, let's talk about software. Software is a set of programs and instructions that tell the computer how to work. It cannot be seen or touched, but without software, this computer cannot function properly. Software helps us use the computer for many things like typing, browsing, or editing pictures. There are two main types of software. The first is system software, which help the computer run and control its hardware. For example, Windows, Mac OS, or Linux. The second is application software, which help user do specific tasks like writing with Microsoft Word or designing with Adobe Photoshop. Next, the main function of software is to connect the user with the hardware. It gives command to the computer so everything can work together smoothly and efficiently. And now let's move to the operating system. An operating system or OS is software that manages all the hardware and software on a computer. It controls how the CPU, memory, and other parts work together. The OS also allows other software to run like Microsoft Word or Google Chrome. It provides a user interface such as the desktop on Windows or the home screen on Android, so user can easily use the computer. Some example of everything system are Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and Android. The US work as bridge between hardware and software. It translates the command from software into action that hardware can perform. Without an operating system, a computer simply cannot work. Now let's talk about hardware. Hardware is the physical part of a computer that we can see and touch, like the keyboard, monitor, and CPU. That what makes the computer run physically. There are four main components of hardware. First, input device like the keyboard or mouse let us enter data. Second, output device such as the monitor or printer show the result. Third, storage device like hard drives keep our data and files. And fourth, the processing unit or CPU works as the brain that processes all the information. Hardware and software must work together. Software gives the instruction and hardware perform the action. Without one of them, a computer cannot function properly. Now, let's see how software, the operating system, and hardware work together. Hardware is the physical part of the computer. Software gives the instruction and the operating system connect them both. For example, when we type a document in Microsoft Word, the software takes our input. The operating system manages it and the hardware like the keyboard, CPU, and monitor perform the action. Each component is equally important. Without hardware, there is no computer. Without software, there are no tasks. And without the operating system, nothing can connect them. That's why these three must always work together in harmony. Now let's talk about conclusion. To conclude my presentation, computer can only work properly when software, operating system, and hardware function together. Software gives the instruction, the operating system manage everything, and hardware perform the action. By understanding how these three components work, we can see how powerful and smart computer systems really are. So let's appreciate the technology we use every day, because even simple tasks like typing, browsing the internet are made possible by this amazing teamwork. That's all for my presentation about how computers work, software, operating system, and hardware. I hope this presentation helped us understand how these three components work together to make computers function properly. Thank you so much for your attention and time. Thank you.